You may bring your arms down by your side. If you're feeling any pulling in your back, I invite you to bend your knees. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground to give some slack to the back line of your body. We'll continue working with our breath. As you inhale, can you feel your belly expand? And if that's a tricky thing to feel, try placing a hand on your belly, and that might help you connect with that deep belly breathing. So as you're inhaling, you're feeling the belly blow up like a balloon, and can you feel some softness through your pelvic? Can you imagine that the breath is sort of pushing the pelvic floor down a little bit? And if you're having trouble getting your belly to move with breath or feeling that ease, it's okay. Just envision it. Envision the balloon filling up, finding softness, and exhaling softly out your mouth. Continue breathing at your pace. So I won't cue the inhale and exhale for you so that you can work with your pattern of breath. We're going to add a little something on to our deep breath. It's called straw breathing. Some of you might be familiar with it. You'll inhale deeply into the belly, then make a little O with your lips like you're blowing out a straw. Or sometimes I imagine blowing bubbles and you want to have like a really big bubble and not break it. So you're letting the air out in this slow, steady stream. When you're complete with your inhale, you'll fill your lungs again. Make that little circle O with your mouth and blow the air out very slowly. When we extend the length of our exhale, we give our body a signal that all is well. And straw breathing helps extend our exhale. And this is a technique to use when you're feeling stressed or anxious anytime. A few rounds of straw breath can bring us and regulate our nervous system a little bit. Continue inhaling and blowing your exhale out through the straw. Let's take a moment of gratitude together. Gratitude to yourself for showing up. Showing up on your mat to do something for you. Gratitude, you are well enough to be here, and able enough to be here. And we'll take a moment of gratitude to thank our physical bodies for everything that it does for us every day. Fill your lungs completely. Open your mouth, exhale with a little sigh. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And you can take the knees a little bit wide, placing your hands on your kneecap. So each hand on each kneecap. Begin to slowly circle the knees in one direction and then in the other. And you can start with a small circle, or you can go for a big circle, or just try it on. Reverse your direction every now and again, and take your awareness to the movement, feeling your back kind of rolling against the mat, like you're giving your low back some love. Plant your feet on the mat. Walk your feet wide so that your pinky toe might even be off the edge of your mat, keeping your legs bent, but yep, wide feet. Slowly rock the knees side to side. So send the knees, both knees over to the right, and then both knees to the left. Yep. So you're creating this rocking motion of your pelvis. In yoga, your pelvis, hips, and womb space are considered part of the water element. All of our movements in yoga and body parts have associated elements. And water is the element associated with this space. In our practice today, we'll think about embodying and inviting the fluidity, the fluid quality of water to our movements, the flowing part to find ease. Walk your feet together, bringing the soles of the feet to touch and the knees dropping open. This is butterfly stretch. This is a classic yoga position. This is helping to stretch out the inner thighs. Like I mentioned, that can help find some ease and stretch across the pelvic floor. We'll return to this pose after we do a few other movements. For now, can you notice how do my knees drop open? Is one side feeling like it's easy to drop and maybe one feels a little more resistant? And there's nothing wrong. We're not judging our body. We're just being in a space of noticing. Maybe it's difficult to let the knees drop open. Maybe it's easy right now. Just notice what you feel. Bring the knees back together. Hug them in towards your chest. Give yourself a little rock, like you're your own baby. Give yourself a hug and a rock. Making your way to tabletop position. However you want to get there, making your way into tabletop. If your knees feel sensitive, you can put a little wrinkle in your mat to add some padding to your knees. Once you find this tabletop position, rock your hips gently side to side. A little side to side motion. Then we'll start to generate some hip circles. Let your butt go back towards your right heel and then over to the left and all the way up and then reverse your direction. Your hip circle might be small or it might be really big and dramatic. Or maybe you throw in a couple of each. And again, reverse your direction every now and again and just notice what you're feeling in your body. And invite fluidity in the movements of the pelvis. Come back to your tabletop position. We're going to take a cycle called cat and cow, and this is movements with breath. We'll focus on the tilting under and flaring out of the pelvis. So this can help ease some low back pain. If we're feeling tight through our pelvis, it can very easily come up into the back. You'll start from tabletop. On your inhale, the tailbone goes up. Take your gaze up. On your exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, round through your back. Inhale, flaring out the tail, looking up, belly drops down, full of breath. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Continue at your pace. If you're comfortable to close your eyes so that you can really turn your focus inward, feeling the movement of your pelvis, flowing with your breath. There's that fluid quality of movement. And as your belly drops down into that cow pose, maybe you can get that sense of filling your belly with air. If that was a difficult thing to feel on your back, maybe it's a little easier to feel here. Take one more full cycle. When you're complete, returning to your tabletop, rocking your hips a little side to side. Walk the knees wide for a child's pose, sending your hips back towards your heels. If your knees do not like to flex that deeply, an option for you, you can keep the hips more stacked. Walk the hands out. This is another classic pose that's recommended for endometriosis and pelvic pain. It's also nice for the low back. If your forehead does not reach the ground comfortably, you can stack your fists to provide some support for your head. As you breathe in, imagine the breath going into the back line of your body. I invite you to sigh anytime with your exhales. Come on back up into your tabletop. Come down onto your forearms and slide the knees back into a low cobra or sphinx pose. If lying on your belly is not in the cards for you today, you'll take that cow pose that we were doing in our cat and cow. We're just looking for a little bit of extension of the back, and maybe you can feel your hips push down a little bit onto the mat. Melt your chest down, stack your hands, and rest your head. And if you're staying on, you can stay in tabletop or you can come down onto forearms. This is called crocodile pose. It's a wonderful rest pose. You can feel the whole front side of your body connecting down onto the ground. And you find some ease and feel like you're melting a little bit. From here, slide your right knee out to the side. And this is called half frog. Full frog would be both knees out to the side. That's a pretty intense hip stretch. So we're going to take the halfway version. And you can, however you want to be in your upper body to find some ease. If you're choosing to take this from tabletop, stepping this left foot out to the side to stretch the inner thigh works as well. You can come down and just let the upper part of the body do what it needs to do to find ease. So your right knee is out to the side. You'll bend your left leg and give it just a little rock back and forth. Or you can circle it, just wave it a little bit. Switching sides, extending that right leg down, slide the left knee out to the side, then bending the left leg and rocking. I often get questions from people for how long you should hold things or do things. I'm moving through these faster than I would if I was at home, so that we can kind of check these boxes and show you a couple different things. I would invite you to take this. You could take this for several minutes if it's feeling good in your body. Extend the left leg long, and now we'll bend both knees. Slide the knees a little bit wider and windshield wiper the knees or the feet side to side. Extend your legs long. Bring your hands by your low ribs, pushing yourself back up to that tabletop position. Back up to that tabletop position. Step your right foot out to the side. Yeah, we might have to turn long ways so we don't kick our neighbor, right? It's a good space to be in when we have this many. Then rotate to the heel so that the toes are facing up. And yeah, you can turn long ways if you feel stretch here on the inside of the thigh. Just add a little rock forward and back here. And just noticing what you feel in that inner thigh. I know for my body, one side is much tighter than the other. And we will find that we're different on our sides, and there's nothing wrong. It's just how we are. Switching, we'll bring that right knee back in, send the left leg out, go onto the heel, gentle rock. Again, noticing what you feel. Can you lift your toes? Yeah, I can feel it more right here. Oh, yeah. Again, just noticing what you feel. Sometimes when we're in pain, we want to disconnect from our body because it doesn't feel good. And part of the practice of yoga is getting really in tune with our body and connecting with our physical selves. And bring that knee back into place. Wag your tail one more time. Shake your head though. And make your way back onto your back. Actually, wait, let's sit for a second. Let's do a butterfly this way. So we did butterfly on our back. The other way that we can do butterfly is in a seat. You can fold into a butterfly. What I like to do that feels like it works well in my body is, I call it stir the pot. Just rotating the ribs above the hips. And that gets a little bit of movement of the pelvis in relation to your legs. Maybe you can feel that sense of opening through the inner thighs and across your pelvic floor. If you find that your knees creep up a lot, slide your feet a little farther from your body and see if that gives you a different feel. But as you're rocking here, you can kind of feel the one butt bone, your sits bone touch down, and then the other. And this is another space where you can invite the water sensation, the flowing and stirring of water, almost like a whirlpool. And then can you reverse your direction? Come to center, and now make your way onto your back. Roll on back. Full body stretch again. Lengthen out, lengthen out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Bend your knees. Feet are planted on the mat. Your arms can be in cactus arms, which is laying the arms back like this if you want to open the chest. Or you can lay your hands on your belly if you were liking that to connect with your breathing. Press into your right heel so that the right side of your pelvis lifts up a little bit. And then let that drop down. Try to get your heels underneath of your knees. That'll probably help this. Yeah, there you go. And now push into that left heel a little bit just to lift the butt a little bit on that left side. Let it come on down. And then right side, push into the foot. Yep. Just creating this rocking. So can you kind of feel your pelvis rocking back and forth? Imagining your pelvis like a boat in the water, giving a little rock. Coming into stillness. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Right knee draws in towards your chest. And now pull it over to the right, almost like you're pulling this knee underneath of your armpit. Pulling it over to the right. Option, if you want to go for the bottom of the foot instead of the knee, so it would feel like a half happy baby if you're familiar with that pose. And then another option is letting that left knee drop out to the side. Yeah, great. And you can even for that left, if you're letting that left knee drop out to the side, you're going to go onto the pinky toe side of the foot. Yeah, so it's like a half happy baby, half butterfly. I call it the corkscrew. Release your right leg. Draw the left knee into the chest. Pull it over to the left. Yep. And you can go for the bottom of the foot instead of the knee if you prefer. Now maybe letting that right knee drop out to the side. So you're rolling, the leg is still bent. Yeah, so that you're going to that pinky toe side. You got it. Release the left leg. Bottoms of the feet together, knees dropping open, that butterfly stretch on your back. Now notice, how are my knees falling? They're a little more ease, maybe from the beginning. Send your breath into your belly. Sigh it out. Bring the knees together. Hug them in towards your chest. Let your knees drop to the right and take your gaze left for a little spine twist. And you can let your legs just flop over onto the ground. Some people like to extend the top leg. You can try that on again. Hopefully don't kick your neighbor. That can add on or not for you, but it's something, an option to try. Bring your knees through to the center, drop them the other way. Twisting to the other side again. You can extend that top leg a little bit if you want to. Yeah, we got to scooch our butts to the edge of our mat. Bring the knees back to center, hug them in towards your chest again. Circling the knees in one direction and then in the other, feeling your low back massaging against the ground. Option for a full happy baby here, taking the knees wide, going for the bottoms of the feet or backs of the knees. Yep, and the knees go pretty wide. I like to rock a little bit in this pose, so you can be your own happy baby and give it a rock. This is another classic pose that's recommended for finding some ease in the pelvic floor. Release, full body stretch. Again, long on your mat, arms overhead, legs long. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Let it go. Fill your lungs. Sigh. One more together. Fill up. Sigh it out. You may release your arms down, or if you like them overhead, that's fine. I invite you to create a shape that feels restful in your body. We're going to end with a guided meditation. There's no wrong shape for you to take in your body. If you want to roll even to your side or on your belly, whatever is most comfortable for you. Like, take a moment, adjust your clothes, adjust your body so that you can find ease. Get the fidgets out, it's okay. Bring awareness to the back of your head or whatever part of your head. Maybe it's the side that's touching down onto the mat. Sometimes I like to roll my head a little bit to just get that connection and sense. And then allow your head to rest at a spot that feels just right. Snuggle your shoulder blades down onto the mat. Bring some awareness to your right hand. Are you holding tension in your arm or in your hand? Can you find ease? Maybe your hand can take its natural little curl. Noticing, do you feel fabric against your hand? The floor? Your own skin? Can you notice the temperature of the air against your skin? And moving your awareness to your left hand. Are you holding tension in your hand or in your arm? Can you soften it and find ease? What does your hand feel? Ground, floor, mat, air. Take awareness to your right foot. Are you allowing it to just flop and have ease? Maybe it's the bottom of your foot touching the ground, or the side of the foot, or your heel. Maybe you feel your socks against your feet. And taking your awareness to your left foot. Does it feel the fabric of your sock? Does it feel the air? Feel the part that's touching the ground. Bring awareness to your center. That helps you to connect. You can place your hands there. And you connect to that feeling, the belly rising with breath, softening and sinking on your exhale. Say to yourself, in stillness, I am healing. Say to yourself, I love my body, even when it struggles. Say to yourself, I am whole, even through pain. The next few moments are for you to just be with your breath, repeating affirmations if you like. I'll let you know when it's time for movement. Allow yourself to be heavy on the mat, grounded and present. Nothing to do but breathe. Start to bring some gentle movement to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Full body stretch long on your mat again. Arms overhead, legs long. Take a cleansing breath together. Big inhale. Open your mouth, sigh. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Yourself a little rock. Roll to your side and pause for a moment. Have gratitude again to yourself for showing up. Showing up on your mat to do something good for your mind and for your body. Gratitude for everything our body does for us every day. Bring yourself up to a seated position, eyes closed. Take whatever shape you want to take in your body. One more cleansing breath together. Fill your lungs. Open your mouth, let it go. Sweep the arms overhead, palms touch, thumbs to your forehead. May you have clarity in thought. Thumbs to your mouth. May you be mindful in your speech. And hands to your heart. May it always be full of love. Namaste. Please take your time moving. There are some refreshments, and I know the team's going to hang around for questions, but let this land in your body. Take your time. If you have any questions for me, also I'm here. Thank you.